welcome to SEDES English. My name is Viviana, and today we're going to be looking at adjectives, nouns, adverbs, and verbs. These are all forms of speech, and how do we use them correctly? The way we do this, right, we're going to look at, we have nouns and verbs. Remember, nouns are people, places, and objects. So if nouns are people, places, and objects, what are my verbs? They're my action. So we know that, right? So now we're going to add adjectives and adverbs. What are adjectives? It's a little confusing. So a little trick I do is I look at the second word, adverbs. See how here we have the word verb, right? Verbs. So we can connect the idea that adverbs has to do something with verbs. So adverbs is actually an addition to the verb, right? You're giving more meaning or more detail. So we're going to say that this is describing the verb. So if adverbs are describing the verb, that means that my adjectives are for my nouns. So this is describing the noun. So now we can add, not just a very simple sentence, we can add adjectives and adverbs to give more detail to what we want to say. Again, I like to look at, right, adverbs has the word verb. So that means it has to affect this. So adverb, right? Think about adverb, addition to the verb. So that means that adjective has to be addition to the noun. So let's look at sentences and some tricks that we do when using adjectives and adverbs. So first, let's use our nouns and our adjectives. Let's have a positive statement. We're going to say, she has a big truck. Here, what am I talking about? We're talking about the person, she, right? But are we describing the person? Is there any description of the person, she? No, right? But we are talking about a truck, right? So our truck is our noun. So if we have a noun, right, what is the description of the truck? That it's big, right? So here, big is going to be our adjective. So when we're looking at sentences, we have to pay attention. Here we do have two nouns, she and truck. But which one are we focusing on? Which one are we describing or talking about? Here we're not talking about her, right? She. We're talking about the truck and the size of the truck. It is very similar to when we're doing negatives. It doesn't matter if it's positive or it's negative. Again, you're just focusing on the sentence. So if I say, the food wasn't good. So here, someone cooked and the food was not that great, right? Here, this is a little bit more easy to see that we are talking about food. Food is our noun, right? So again, there's no order to it. The noun is not always going to be at the end. We now have the noun in the beginning before our adjective, which is good. We're describing the food. We're saying that the food was not that great, was not that good. Again, it's just focusing on what are we describing? What is the thing we're talking about? So now when we look at verbs and adverbs, now we're talking about actions, right? So if I say, he sings well. So here we have, he sings well. Well is going to be, right, a change. So instead of me saying good, because if I say he sings good, doesn't sound that well to the ear, right? So what I actually do is when I'm using adverbs, sometimes you have to change the words. So good is now well, right? Like he cooks really well. right? She sings well. He sings well. Here, am I talking about he, the noun? No, right? Here I am describing the action, which is sing. So sings is my verb, and well is my adverb. Again, I'm just describing the action. I'm not describing the person. If I have my negative, right? Again, we need to talk about an action, right? So if I say, she paints, and instead of just saying wonderful, I'm now going to say wonderfully. Because another rule when using my adverbs, right? We did say we have to change the words. We can include the ly. So wonderful would be wonderfully. And the same thing with like beautiful, right? This would be beautifully. And so on. These are just some examples. Like bad, I can say badly. Like she paints badly. We do this because we are describing the action, which is paint, right? We're not talking about her. We're talking about the action paints. And here, this is our adverb. Now, if I say, she dresses badly, her clothes are ugly. Here, what are we talking about? Are we saying that describing her, she? No, we're describing, right, how she dresses, the action. So dresses is my verb. Badly is my adverb. Here, am I talking about her? Is she ugly? No, right? We're talking about the noun. We are talking about the noun clothes. So clothes is our noun. Yes, her is a noun, but here the main focus is clothes because we're not saying that she's ugly, we're saying the clothes are. So because this is a noun, that means this has to be an adjective. Again, it's just about paying attention to what we are talking about, what we are describing in the sentence. And I would try to describe things as you go, right? Try to describe your couch, right? Your couch is very beautiful, right? Couch is the noun, beautiful is the adjective, right? If I say her cooking is bad, or she cooks very badly, right? I'm not talking about her, I'm talking about the cooking, the action. And badly is my adverb. So hopefully this was helpful for you. If you have any questions, just leave a comment and hopefully I get to see you soon. Thank you.